the host with the most.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm hopping into battle with Buxton, Decorated Host. This bunny is a Convoke deck and it cares about how many tapped creatures you have at the end of your turn. The more tapped creatures you have, the larger potential permanent you can put into play. And this deck has lots of creatures that you can tap to get Buxton to play early and also cast your other Convoke spells. There's two major ways that you can build Buxton. The way where you are just kind of getting lots of nice aggressive pieces into play, trying to curve out 1-drops, 2-drops, a couple of tokens, 3s, 4s, and then getting these really nice permanents that synergize with Buxton's abilities, allowing you to tap other creatures, draw you cards, or just buff up your board. Or you can build Buxton to be almost entirely tokens, and then when you use those tokens, Buxton will not see any of those token generating spells because they're not permanents, and then we'll get very specific spells. That's not what we're doing. We are instead just playing a lot of my favorite Selesnya cards that you can use in a Convoke deck. And if this deck feels kind of familiar, it's because Amara Voice of the Conclave was another Convoke deck that we had built kind of recently, within the last year or so. Buxton is great. You get to make a wide board, you get to grow things, and you get to tap things down in order to get, well, potentially big spells. Now, if your deck has a lot of 1 and 2 drops like mine, you're more likely to get 1 and 2 drops. But you're also very likely to get Buxton out on turn 3, meaning that you are rumbling. You have a 4/4 that's spitting out turn after turn, more and more value. And because Buxton is essentially card advantage, it's creature advantage in Selesnya, you're going to keep building up your board while your opponent struggles to just keep it under control. So we're going to take Buxton into the queue, and we're going to make a wide board. Soren of House Markov. If I had a 1-drop, this would be awesome. And I have a chance of getting a 1 or 2-drop on the first few turns, so we can get Amara out. This is a little bit better. We got a 1, a 2, a 2, a 2, and a 4. I got all these numbers ready to line up, though I won't be able to cast all of them on curve since this comes into play tapped. That's totally fine with me. I'll start with a 1. Oh, perfect! Which of these do I want? Since this is a Soren, this is a life gain deck, I'm going to go for Amara here over Resolute Reinforcements, and then playing Resolute Reinforcements next turn. Ooh, Acquisitions Expert. I get to show them a card from my hand. I will actually show them this Resolute Reinforcements. And now we have the choice between Buxton or maybe playing Torrens and setting up for some extra tokens. I kind of like getting the Torrens out against a Orzhov deck, but this lets me go wide faster, so let's choose go wide faster. I could have also attacked in first and used the token from Amara, and I think that would have actually let me search out a slightly higher cost card. So I should have done that, didn't do that, that's fine. I like that I can tap things for the Warden here. We'll go to combat. Swing in with these two. This life gain deck has not gained any life yet. Killing Buxton. Oh, yes they are. But they cannot pay the 1. So we get an extra card here, this Recruitment Officer. I will return this to the command zone. Deal my grand 2 damage. I'm going to play a 1-drop, because I can. And then Buxton again. We have many tapped things, so we can get anything between a 1 and a 6-drop. And we got Amara, Voice of the Conclave. Oh my goodness, these are all really good cards. I'm going to go with March of the Multitudes. It's an instant speed way of making tons of tokens, though I'm kind of encouraged to play it on my turn with this Buxton. They, again, could not pay the 1. Davriel. Would you like to shrink one of my creatures? No, they're getting offers and conditions. I wonder if this is actually just an Orzhov control deck with a kind of weird choice of commander. He does have a mode that can gain you life off drawing cards from this -2. What did they get? Spells cost black less. Whenever you draw a card, exile the top 2 cards of your library. Okay. I think I'm just attacking with everything here. I'm gonna send 2 damage sources at Davriel. Everything else at face. Do I want to leave these back? Alright, I'll leave these 2 back. Since 6 is all I want off Buxton anyway, there's nothing that costs more than that other than, like, Hoof in the deck.
Yes, I have other things to attend to.
I'm a little worried about a board wipe here. So I think I'll just pass. Nice! Guardian Project! Ooh, we're gonna get so many cards. Our tokens won't draw cards, but all the other guys will. Alright, so that's the one right. So they're going for protection. I may as well invest into my board state. I don't think I'm going to go for March of the Multitudes here. My March of the Many guys. And I can just kind of, like, unnecessarily attack with stuff here. Or tap things. Because there's no reason not to. If only I had 1 more mana. Go for Skrelv. See what Skrelv draws. It was just a forest. Alright. Smuggler's Copter, because I would like to have things that are just not out. I am going to attack with Amara. Because I think I have the right number now for the Warden. Alright, 1. No. Oh no, I was slightly off on the count. Didn't need to attack to get the right number here. Oh, we are finding our lands. Oh, Haywire Might! One sec. I'm trying to activate it, but you're in the way. Would you like to draw an extra card? Yum, 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 yum. Buxton out here finding 1-drops. Oh, Buxton loves 1-drops. Buxton's just looking at random, and since our, like, most of our deck is lower cost stuff, and it wasn't like it was a low impact card either. We got a pretty good one. The Mighty Boy. Oh, hi, Shuldred. Now imagine if the Shuldred was still out here when they were trying to draw cards. Much happier with this. Do you pay the 1? They don't. Here, congratulations. What do you want to make me discard? March to the Multitudes. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, you should hit this one. Fine, I guess you have a Planeswalker commander, sort of. Trying to think if I want to set up for anything or just like tap and slapping. We're tapping slapping. Everybody get in here. I'll still draw a card. I don't care about that. Like, good for her. She wants to cause violence. Give her. Look, I even played this pre-combat, so you know exactly what I have. What I have is lethal. apparently. Brawl, crackling wit. Brawl is going to be spitting out bunnies and storming off. Has a very easy to achieve and very strong ultimate ability. This, draw 3 cards, you get an emblem with instants and sorcery spells you cast have Storm. It adds up very quickly to a lot of spells that make more spells, that make more spells, that make more mana, that make more spells. Also, if you have prowess otters, even better. You think the bunny tokens in this are cute? Yeah, they are. All the bunnies are cute. It's like Vizardrix, maybe not the cutest, but the other bunnies, very cute. Too cute. I'm gonna play the Voice of Resurgence. This is just some red ramp for them. Pay a mana, sacrifice it, get a mana. I am Voice of Resurgence. I kinda wanna die. It's really nice to play this against decks that can cast things on your turn. Aw, now I just have a 1/1. For now. 1/1 for now. You planning on countering Torrens? In case they have a burn spell, they could do something cheeky like block, yeah, bounce, so they don't attack in there. Excuse me, bird? Bird? You're so silly! That's you! Okay, so, for anybody wondering why I just got up, a bird just perched on my windowsill, specifically a woodpecker did, and like knocked on my window like, hey, 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 hey. Like, yeah, dude, what do you want? Back off, bro. It's weird to use this on a token, but I want to deal some damage to Brawl. Yeah, I'd hit a critter like you. I love how the Planeswalker in Arena of Brawl is like, I turned into an otter and I'm having a great time. Whereas the Planeswalker in the story that is Brawl is like, I hate everything, I just want to find Jace. Please, can I leave? Please, can I leave? No, I'm sorry, sweetie, you can't. Trying to decide if I just want to set up. Nah, I want to start getting Buxton value. They have one blue up though, so like could be countered. Didn't get countered. That's good. Amara, nice. We're wide, and these two are growing. Oh, they're getting huge. I don't want the bird hurting its stupid little head because it's pecking against a window. They're doing a -3. I don't actually think I've ever seen the -3 on Brawl get used. I wonder what they're digging for. You've seen it used? Oh, nice. This is going to discount all their red spells. If a bird brings me a card during a game, is it legal to play? If it's a wild bird, yes. If it's a trained bird, no. But, like, if a random sparrow just, like, came by and dropped, like, Craterhoof Behemoth into my hand, that's legal. I drew that. Nature gave it to me. Wow, you saw Brawl use the -3 and he still ulted? Nice. He would. He's strong. Ooh, the Bacon Bolt. Bacon Bolt. Recaster in the graveyard, discarding Faithless Looting. Still got 1 mana up here. I'm just gonna swing all these over here. Cool. That was in case they had like an unsummon.
Back to square one.
Wily Duke. Snuggling Copter. Me activating this to get more out of Buxton. Potentially more out of Buxton. Yo, I actually got something really sick out of Buxton. I got Ezeka's Chariot. I agree that birds are not smart sometimes. Many birds are not smart all the time. Captain Falcone? Oh, I guess it's possible that our opponent is also a bird. I just noticed that they're Captain Falcone. Ooh, a Storm Enabler. The Storm Kiln Artist. Whenever they cast an instant or sorcery, they get Treasure! Combined with the discount, has the potential of seriously going off this turn. What time is it? It's time to start overrunning. I'm also gonna play the Thalia. Hey, nice discounts you have there. Cool, a land. We're gonna go nice and wide here, making a copy of the Elemental token. Would I like to draw a card? Yes, I would. I'm gonna discard the Forest. A lot of damage going in. But not quite lethal. I'm gonna play the Flowering of the White Tree. And we get Roaming Throne! Yay! Rabbit. I really wish that I could name Bunny. Bunny! But it's not the creature type. The creature type is Rabbit. But he's just a chubby bunny. Chubby bunny Buxton. Oh! Are we doing an explosion? What's the highest cost thing you can discard? 1. Yep, that's, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it at all. GG roll. Marwyn the Nurturer. This is mono green elves, and it's very, very fast and very aggressive because Marwyn is going to be tapping for mana, growing, and just generally being quite the scary creature, especially when she starts untapping, because there are some effects that can untap your elves, getting you even more mana until finally Craterhoof Behemoth. Listen, I don't want to say it's going to be Craterhoof Behemoth, but it's going to be Craterhoof Behemoth. Might want to Invasion of Gobokan, just in anticipation, but now on a ramp. So we're going to get out Fanatic of Ronus, who, once we get Buxton out, we'll be able to tap for 4 mana, but it's also just something I can tap to play Buxton, maybe even next turn. Ooh, the Beastie Boy! Hello, Beastie. Dappa dappa. If I want to be aggressive, be aggressive, we have Adeline here. She won't quite have 4 power, though, so I'm feeling Buxton. Let's go. We get a 2-drop. It's Luminarch Aspirant. Gonna start growing my creatures next turn. Yeah, he's always doing ASMR, the Beast Whisperer. That's how he makes his money. They still have 1 mana up. Haven't played a land yet. Oh, looks like they don't have a land. That is very good for me. I'm gonna crack open the Windswept Heath. Grabbing a white source. There we go. Going to use the Fanatic of Ronus, tapping it for 4. I want to get some card draw on. And Adeline, because there's nothing to destroy off Loran. Let's see what we draw. Ooh, got an Amara! I don't actually feel very pressured to protect things here. So I am going to tap, tap, and tap. Oh, Swords to Plowshares. We got Conclave Tribunal, Venerated Loxodon, or Knight Errant of Eos. Next turn, this could be good, but I think we want the Conclave Tribunal. I'm going to buff the Buxton. Pass the buck, swing in. We get a little guy. Yeah, I'm gonna leave just the protection for Buxton here, rather than protecting the whole board with Flowering of the White Tree. Oh, who did I get? Oh, King Dad! King Dad, lots of numbers. He gives everybody more strong. Yeah, Amara's Spellbook in this deck is so good. These two cards feel like they were designed to go together, Amara and Buxton. So they're playing something that buffs their elves, which means that Marlon's both going to get a +1/+1 counter and also get +1/+1. Oh my god, Priest of Titania is also going to tap for so much mana, because I have elves too. And she looks at all the elves in play. So, like, yeah, they have 5 elves. I also have an elf. There's just 2 alchemy cards that they feel like they were meant to be. Meant to be together. All their creatures are green, though, so if I want, like, a giant unblockable Adeline, it's possible. Also might want to Swords to Plowshares, that guy right there. Nice henge. Pretty great. Pretty great henge. Okay, my turn. And for my turn, I choose to use Lauren. Loran, gonna blast the Great Henge. Get that out of there. Draw a card, hoping for a land. And they left. They don't even know about my removal for their 2 large mana sources. But otherwise, next turn, they could tutor or Craterhoof Behemoth. And it was just gonna happen. And it was gonna be scary and bad. GG, Marwin. Belia, Exuberant Shepherd. She can blink our tokens, make them cease to exist. Or she can blink her own things to just get more enter the battlefield value. Hello there, Felia. Felia is a very aggressive puppy, and I think that our best move is probably going to be playing Amara on turn 2, because they won't want to blink it, because it gives me enter the battlefield value. They can play Felia at any time, since this dog has flash for some reason I have yet to understand. Ooh, Guided Souls. I drew 1-drop, so I'm going to play the 1-drop. Bring out Amara. Yeah, this dog is so scary. You should fear the puppy. Alright, we got March to the Multitudes and Ancient Imperiosaur. Overwhelm, I'm gonna skip. We already have March to the Multitudes in hand, which, by the way, you can actually chain them together. Ooh, Journey to Nowhere. Amara's going to jail. Okay. But nothing to blink. I kind of feel like freeing my girl. It's like free my girl or Buxton. You know what? We can save this for a turn. I'm actually going to save it. And the reason behind why I'm going to save it is because then I can do more modes and still convoke all on the same turn. Recruitment Officer. Nice. We now have 4 energy from Guided Souls. So if I attack and I can make the incredible Flying Buxton, they'll be able to remove the counters off it, but that's fine. Felia getting a 3rd land. An Ancient Imperiosaur is great to land early since it's so well protected. That Ward 2, that's a lot. Ward 2 is good. They would have to put, like, everything on Felia into getting rid of the counters on it. But I don't feel like I need to commit all the counters onto it. Okay, here comes the puppy dog. Who you blinking? Farmhand? I'm blocking. The puppy is gone. I guess they really, really wanted a land. Rabbit? Let's actually do this. Enchantment, counters. Enchantment, counters. Amara comes back into play. Ancient Imperiosaur. Why attack in when I can just have the 18/18 next turn? And oh my god, that's a virtue of loyalty you just sought out. Whoa there, indeed. Gonna let me tap and then untap as long as I order them correctly. Be very careful about your virtues. What in tarnation? Howdy. Feels nice to get convoking. This ambitious farmhand is like, I saw a dog die. Why did a dog die? Great question. You wouldn't have us settle the wreckage, would you? Would you? Nah, it's Kutiel's flanker. It'd be really weird. It's like that settle the wreckage at a Felia deck. I get that the deck can be kind of a prison deck, but geez. So we have 18 trampling damage going through and a bunch of other stuff happening too. And all of our creatures are going to untap and grow at end step, which means that we can take advantage of the instant speed nature of March of the Multitudes. If we needed to, but we don't, because that's lethal damage. GG. Buxton, decorated host. Ah, a fellow Buxton in the queue. I played against a couple Buxtons and took some inspiration from their decks. But unfortunately, the other Buxton I played against while I was recording had a really weird concession. I think I was taking too long doing the math to see if I had lethal, and they left on like a really good turn. Maybe I just had lethal, they saw it before I did, and they're like, I'm not sitting through this. Me doing combat math? Never. Alright, we've got a plains here. I feel like I'm actually willing to take that. I've got a 6-drop in my hand, so I'm okay with saving up some extra mana here. Ooh, Rampoids. They got Esper Sentinel and the Elysian Caryatid. Casting something like Fateful Absence is going to have the downside, though, of they will get to draw if I can't pay the Sentinel's tax. So, Buxton, what do you get? A 1-drop, a 2-drop. It's Tangled Florahedron! More mana dorks. Boop. My guess is they are playing many protective effects, just like we are. This Selfless Spirit is really nice to make sure Buxton is still alive. Ooh, Elish Norn. They're leaving up 2 mana, which does make me think that they have something that will give all their creatures indestructible. Like... Oh, never mind. No, they don't. Maybe they just didn't feel like attacking with this, or they have another 2-drop to play post-combat. All possible. Yeah, this is the Norn that will deal damage to me if I deal damage to them. Let's pop down some 1-drops. Since these are kind of like freebies for the Convoke. It could also be holding removal from my Buxton. Oh, they also have a Fateful Absence. Okay. Indestructible, but I still get the clue. But I get a 2-drop or 1-drop. Instead of a 3-drop, 2-drop, or 1-drop. Thanks, Buxton. Would you like to replay Buxton? Ah, yes. What a host. What 1-drop do you get? Haha, they got a 2-drop. They have a lot of mana dorks in their deck. That's kind of cool. I have 6 mana, so I think I'm just going to go for this Immortal Sun. But Amy... No, I'm going for Roaming Throne. I don't have an easy way to tap stuff other than a Warden. That's fine. We name Rabbit. None of my nobles, other than this, have a triggered ability. So we're going to go 1, a 2, a 3. I don't care. Yeah, I'm tapping Buxton. I'm going to let them have whatever swing they want here. So we get triggers twice. I love putting Roaming Throne and stuff. Oh, nice. This Aragon. Prairie Survivalist will start growing things next turn. I love these, like, just random Selesnya aggro pieces. They're so good. Oh, GG, Buxton. Slimefoot and Squee. Slimefoot and Squee are able to reanimate their buddies from the graveyard, but they have to die first and have a sapling ready to sacrifice. Slimefoot and Squee is very, very strong, though, since so many cards in these colors have, like, really good enter the battlefield abilities that could kill your opponent's permanents, or exile them, or just get rid of them, make them discard. Yeah, things like what Grief is doing right here. And they also have a lot of ways to self-mill, or even entomb cards, putting them directly from the library into the graveyard. There's a lot of good cards they could hit here. Source of Plowshares, yep, because otherwise I will exile their commander. I think that is very much the move to make. Let's pop down the Banalish Knight Counselor. Slimefoot and Squee, this is like... It also is home to, like, a couple infinite combos using sacrifice outlets where you can just keep generating mana off the sacrifices and then bringing back Slimefoot and Squee, usually also sacrificing things to, like, deal damage to your opponent or having, like, a Blood Artist in play. How did they cast that? The way that the Evoke Elementals work is you pay their Evoke cost, they come into play, and then they die. Their evoke cost for this is to exile a black card from hand, which in this case was the Boggart Trawler, which is also the Boggart Bog. Yes, it was evoked! I play a bunny, I swing in for 2. I can't evoke this, or sorry, I can't enlist this because it still has summoning sickness. Here comes Slimefoot and Squee. And here comes Buxton. Buxton's gonna get me either a 2-drop or a 1-drop. Ooh, Ocelot Pride! Nice, that's really good with the couple of token makers we have in the deck. Also just itself, it's really good. If I were building this as a purely tokens deck that had just a few permanents, this would be one of those permanents I would want. So if I block Slimefoot and Squee here, and they play a land, they can bring back Grief, and I'm okay with that because nothing in my hand is, like... do I really care about? It's like, yeah, the Fanatic Ronas. Oh no, you can make me discard it. I can... it's actually better from the graveyard. It's better from the graveyard. Ooh, the Danker Bloom. I feel like I want to save this giant killer. I'm going to enlist, attack, attack. Enlisting the Ocelotl. And I'm saving that +1/+1 counter boon for something that's not the Fanatic. So if they would like to, they can double block Buxton. I am leaving them open to that as a possibility. So then they'll take a lot of damage. Oh, are they going for it? Blocking the bunny. Okay, there's no artifacts or enchantments for them to destroy, at least. Okay, so they're just piling on to Buxton. They want him dead. When he leaves play, the Bunnicorn is going to shrink ever so very much. But not enough that it would die, right? Oh no, it dies because the other guy died. No, that's fine. To play the giant. Nah. You think their deck cares about the graveyard? Oh, just a bit. Just a bit. They're gonna grab Grief here. If I was really worried about Grief, what I would have done is I would have played this as the land, and then played this as a creature. Oh, cool, Teferi's Protection. I am gonna play this turn. Gets a buff. And then we're gonna get the Buxton. We got 3 tapped creatures. We're gonna get a 1, 2, or 3 drop. Selfless Savior. Great. That allows me to protect Buxton. I'm playing a lot of protective 1-drops because Buxton is just very, very often going to be a target for removal. He's good. He's good, and he triggers at end step. Just gonna let them, I'll block with Buxton, since, like, the thing in their graveyard currently is not one I am that afraid of. I'd like to prevent the damage. Bent Time and Space, thank you so much for the 23-month resub! Also, I hope you're having fun playing Brawl with the new Bloomburrow and Bloomburrow Alchemy cards, since you are also a fellow brawler. Flying foot and squee. Who do you be? One, two, three, four. Flying foot and squee. They do want to leave open the Phyrexian Tower. And I wonder if they're considering using Spymaster's Vault just to get more cool cards in their graveyard. Because they can sacrifice that to Grief. And are you gonna have... I kind of like the Canker Bloom getting the buff. Yeah, you know what's up. Is Brawl Commander for 2 players? There's another format that's called Dual Commander or French EDH, which is much more like Commander for 2 players. But it is a Commander format that has 2 players, so... No, but yes, but yes, but no. But no, but yes. It is a Commander format, and it has 2 players in it. I want the also little though to trigger here. Also, I probably should have looked at what they put in the graveyard. Okay, it wasn't creatures. Oh, sweet! Free Boromir! So we have a lot of board protection here, which is awesome. And I also have board protection in my hand. Teferi's board protection. I ain't blocking. I wonder if they'll go for the Grief. Indeedle, they doodle. I'm going to Teferi's Protection in response. This is not target player, or this would be so much funnier. Thoughtseize, by the way, is target player, so if you were preempting it, it would be much funnier. Good grief. Yeah, good grief is good. Good grief. Now, that's a heck of a card that's in their graveyard. The Hoarding Broodlord. Let's see what the Stitcher Supplier mills as well. I can see the spider that destroys a non-land permanent. Yep. Slimefoot. That's, I mean, we love Slimefoot here. Hello, I am once again going wide. Tapping that grief. Yo! Funky Mike, thank you for the 3-month resub. Since I already have another way to, like, sacrifice Slimefoot and Squee, like I can do this. I kind of like getting ring Temptatos onto the Ocelot Pride, too. I gotta put a stop here in order to generate mana for no reason. I actually should have ordered those the other way, just in case we got something that made a token. We didn't. This is cool. We got Adeline, Resplendent Cathar. And I'm just going to be sacrificing this anyway. Whee! I meant to block the Canker Bloom, too. Wonder if we'll get deluged. Always possible. You missed 1 mana Ocelot Pride. It's a very good card. They changed it in Arena to cost 2 mana for any paper players who are wondering what the heck's going on. This is because they can do that. So the Hoarding Broodlord, they do have 3 mana, and they totally could grab Toxic Deluge here. Hit us for X equals 4 would be the way to do it. But they can also cast something else, like Massacre Worm? Is it a worm? Because a worm will kill me. No, it is Toxic Deluge. Okay, because, like, imagine. So me taking that extra damage because I did miss the block might be a problem. We will find out. We take 7. Oh, wait. They actually had breached the multiverse, so they already had Toxic Deluge in hand. I didn't realize it. So this is the card they had exiled. Who do you want to grab? This would be better if it was pre-combat. The Skyfisher Spider requires a sacrifice. Grief, my hand is empty, but it does have Menace. Yeah, rebalances that happen for Historic affect Brawl in kind of an awkward way. So Will does get to keep this until next turn, and I think that's just going to be game. I only have 5 lands and a Skrelv. So we're going to say, good game. I promise you I don't have Settle the Wreckage. I'm not that kind of gamer, and this is not that kind of deck. We take the damage, and we die. GG's, Slidefoot and Squee. Emperor Apotsek Italy the Fourth. Who cares about the number 4? This is the commander that, if your creature has 4 power, it gives it haste. If it has 4 toughness, you gain 4 life. And if it has a mana value of 4 or greater, this is for all of them, you get another creature in hand. Emperor Apotsek Italy the Fourth is a Naya engine, and also like a card I definitely need to brew. I have been waiting. I'm the one who revealed this card, and the whole time I've just been thinking, wow, I bet I would love to get to play this deck. Immediately doesn't build the deck. I like this hand because it had 1Z, 2Z, 3Zs. Not actually, but we're going to be able to get Buxton out. And also have like a million little dudes. Ooh, Elvish Mystic. That's ramp. Since they used a shock land, they might actually get their commander out next turn, which is really scary. Just gonna play a whole bunch of little critters here to get triggers off the Guide of Souls. Their opponent did not have white mana. We need 4 energy because this is the slightly modified version of Guide of Souls, but I want to have the biggest flying Buxton anyone's ever seen. It gives me an easy attack. Oh! They just didn't get white mana! Oh man, we had such a cool hand too. Sad face, because our opponent left. Tatiova Benthic Druid. It's ramp! Specifically, land ramp. Because whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, gain a life and draw a card. Tatiova is just going to be green stuff. Lots of it. Tons of it. And just more lands. Typically some landfall stuff, but you don't really need that much landfall payoff other than the things that give you mana when a land enters play. Lotus Cobra, your Nissa, your Tireless Provision are all really good with Tatiova. So we're going to, I guess, just try to have a nice aggro start here. And we do have a pretty good aggro start since we have a 1-drop into a 2-drop. I could have also played Amara on this turn, but I'd rather have the Voice of Resurgence out since they are a blue deck, and that means they can cast spells on our turn. And if they do cast spells on our turn, we get a goodie. We get a really good token. Okay, that's big ramp. Fanatical Ronus. I could go for Buxton this turn. I could go for Adeline this turn. I could go for both this turn. I want my Temple Garden. Please and thank you. Overwhelm, Locks on Restore, and Nissa's Expedition. That's kind of 3 duds. It's not really what I want. I'm gonna take the Expedition. Hey, Mara. You're very cool. This deck used to be you. Alright, they've got 4 mana. Corsair Crewfix allows them to play lands off the top of their deck. That is a Scapeshift on top of their deck. I don't like that. I will go to combat. First, I'm actually thinking I'm going to blast one of these. You know what? I'm going to see what's in their hand. Show me your secrets. Oh. Ah, I see. They were holding up a counterspell for my dear friend Buxton. I was going to make that not happen. They were going to be upset by it. And I would have had really big creatures. Sure, okay, Tatiova. And in Pakal, 1000th Moon. One of the most aggressive creatures, like, ever. Seriously. And in Pakal goes so good because she doesn't even need to attack. In order to get some value, all she needs to do is be in play when you attack in with a creature, and she'll be growing and making gnomes. I may have an odd start with this because I would need to name human on Cavern of Souls in order to play the Avacyn's Pilgrim on turn 1, but I think that that would be worth it. And the reason I wouldn't go for Birds of Paradise and would instead go for that, I guess I would want to go for birds, though, is because there's more humans in the deck. But you know what? We're going to name Bird. Because naming Bird gets me Bird. It gets me more green mana on turn 2. Oh, and I just get green mana, because of course I do. We'll go ahead and tap that for green to get out Avacyn's Pilgrim, and I'm going to hold my Raise the Alarm. Yeah, going first means that this game has a little bit more potential for me. We are going super duper wide. The widest. One. Come on. One. What? Why are you doing this? One. Green. We curved out. They had the mulligan. I guess that's good. A lot of early concessions, though. Azusa Lost But Seeking allows you to play lots of extra lands in a turn. I have the choice between trying to go for something on turn 1 or turn 2 here, since this land comes in tapped. How important do I think this Skrelv on turn 1 is? Versus getting, like, this out on turn 2, I think it's less important. So I'm going to start with this Overgrown Farmland, and who knows, I might even end up drawing just, like, a basic land on the next turn anyway. Yeah, close enough. Something that comes in untapped. So that's a little tough for me, but I still think that this is worth playing out. We got our Prairie Survivalist. We're going to buff it and Thalia. And they're going to be playing a turn 2 Azusa, which then allows them to play up to 3 lands this turn. They already played 1. There's a 2Z, there's a 3Z. And soon, there will be big boys. The biggest boys you've ever seen. We'll buff you and you. Swing in, since I'm not able to convoke this turn anyway. We got them Hulkin Chungai. Chungusies. This is Triumph. More lands in hand. Sure, Azusa. So many lands. Are you gonna start blasting my dirt? Bro. Seriously? Right in front of my soil? I guess if I could have done this post-combat to get an extra buff on Skrelv. Mana! That Dust Bowl is rough. I don't need dirt to summon things, but I would like some dirt. Alright, so we're getting 2 more lands and some bears. Yeah, getting the thing that taps for 4 mana was actually really good for me. Shouldn't surprise anybody. Field of the Dead is banned, or yes, they probably would have tutored for it off Titanian's command. It's not available in this format. The Immortal Sun. I could have also gone for Elven Chorus first. Like some unblockability. Buxton, we're naming green. Go get 'em, kids. Just waiting on those Eldrazi on those other big spells. We take them down to 6. We get... Nice! Warren Warleader, another rabbit out of our deck. Now our attacking creatures will get +1/+1, or we can make an extra attacking creature. It's a bunny! We hunting rabbits? No, the rabbits are hunting. We're out for blood. It's Buxton time, baby! So they can tutor for any creature or lands? Okay, does Hoof kill me here? Emrakul. Okay, so they're gonna take my turn, but they're saying good game because even if they play Emrakul, if they had enough mana for it, which I don't think they did, we would just we're just power overwhelming. There's too many of us. GG. Flage, Titan of Fire's Fury. I got a 1-drop, I got a 2-drop, and I have no green mana. But I do believe in the heart of the cards. Unfortunately, these creatures are very dead to Flage because, well, I don't know if you know this, but Flage does 3 damage to any target and gains them 3 life, which is really good. It turns out that this ability, Lightning Helix, being repeatable, recurrable, and only costing 1 mana more to just cast right from the start, is still really nice. Faithless Luton. I'm gonna play the Prairie Survivalist first to get its buff onto another creature in hand, specifically the Voice of Resurgence. Voice of Resurgence, I want them to kill this so I can get this token. Because this token, super good. Right now what they're doing is, because this is one of the Theros Titans, is they're filling up their graveyard so they'll be able to escape it earlier in the game. They probably have some other good removal too. Okay, yeah. Electrostatic Blast. They do start blasting. Voice of Resurgence and Avacyn's Pilgrim just hanging out. They can't split the damage on this like you would with a Fury. It's just 3 damage to a target. So you could either kill the Mana Dork, or this, or they could play something else. I don't know what they have in hand. Nope, they're going for Flage and Hoodia Blast. Avacyn's Pilgrim, yeah, because I want this to die. Next turn, they might actually be able to escape it. They have so much stuff in their graveyard. Buxton time. Buxton makes me feel good. And what do we get? Giver of Runes, a bit of protection. That's going to be the Flage target if they escape it this turn. Because this would protect anything else. Oh, and Fabled Passage, a fetch land to finally get that last card in the graveyard. I say finally, it's literally turn 4. That's like the perfect curve for them. Hey, Flage. How you doing? You a 6/6? Oh, wait, they're not going for it? They're not going for it. Cool. Cool. King Dad, the big numbers. Aw, hi Nemo, thank you so much for the sub! Buxton gets me. Adeline! Oh, look at that. We got so many guys out here. I'm sorry, which enchanter? Yeah, no, they have 6 cards in graveyard. Why didn't they escape? Huh. Maybe they thought somebody was an enchantment here. Well, they're not. GG Flage. Rona, Herald of Invasion. This Rona is very good at filling up your graveyard, putting cards directly from your hand into the trash anytime you tap her to loot. She also can be tapped multiple times a turn because she untaps whenever you cast a legendary spell. And she has a very strong backside. Yes, I'm talking about a booty, because her booty is, I don't want to say it's Phyrexian Obliterator, because it's like a Phyrexian Obliterator that steals from your opponent's hand. You do not want to be dealing damage to it because you will regret it. Very quickly regret it. Hi, Rona! I have a 1 mana 2/1 that I'm playing on turn 2. Phyrexian Thoughtseizer? No, it steals the spell! It doesn't just make you discard it, it puts it under your control. Oh, and they're so into this. Yes! I love to see a Rona that wants to do a flippy. So I do not want to play Adeline. Adeline would be bad for me. Because then anytime I attack, there would be a little 1-drop attacking them that they could just easy peasy block a Reezy. Mm-hmm. I love it. So I've seen this Rona as a reanimator deck before, but this person was like, nah, I know what we're doing. Flip, flip, flip it up. I mean, that's a trampling 5/5 that they had on turn 3. Because they had the Enigma Jewel on turn 1. I think that's pretty rad. I don't know. Maybe I'm silly for thinking so. Uh-oh. Is this a counterspell? Are they gonna kill... They're killing Dad! No! I was gonna use him to convoke out Amara, or did Buxton, actually. Fine. One big dinosaur. A lot of little guys. Dinosaur. Get him. Tiny Bones, you want to trade? They do not. Dinosaurs, dinosaurs, dinosaurs. I don't actually have, like, good creatures to convoke this out. Trade you. I also like that Rona's at random. I wish more cards would do things at random. Hypnotic Spectre style. Uh-oh, Snapcaster. How bitter. Or triumphant. Yeah, I usually see Rona as a reanimator deck. This looks like it's just kind of tempo. Which, like, good for them. Yeah, these are both also good, like, hey, you just get the card and it does the thing. Let's go for the Adeline. Remember how I said I wasn't gonna play it? They're attacking me so heavy. Just go for it. 2 attacks from them may kill me, but this may encourage them to leave this back as a blocker. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, Tiny Bones is back! Good old Tony Boneses. Straight into Adeline. Alright, Buxton. Give me the goods. Oh, Fanatic of Ronus. Haste and more damage. Okay, so I can choose to keep one of these alive. I will choose to keep Buxton alive, and I will block Rona here. Rona is going to get a random card out of my hand. They are all permanent, so they are just gonna go... Bloop. Would you care to cast? Sarah Paragon? That's actually awesome for them. That's probably the best hit of all the cards in my hand. I think the worst hit was actually one of these two. But since they're, like, their graveyard full. Rona versus Ronus. My land! I was gonna use that for Buffins. Okay, no buffin' muffins. Not anymore. White mana. Since it's random, by the way, they did not get to see the cards in my hand. This is one of those, like, you put them all face down and you're just like, alright, which of these do you want? This Tiny Bones is gonna live forever. Good job, T-Bones. So, you have lethal, so, like, let's just go for it. Tony's gone forever. GG, love to see like a new build of Rona. Yeah, this is very much just like tempo. You're seeing tons of 1 and 2 drops. You're seeing a little bit of graveyard stuff too. But like that's the only reanimation spell we've seen and the only big boy we've seen. Good game. The very early flip on Rona was huge. Prosper, Tomebound. You know what's good in Prosper? A lot is good in Prosper, because Prosper has a super versatile ability. Whenever you cast a spell from exile, whether it's a card that was like stolen out of your opponent's deck, put into exile as part of an impulse ability, or part of its own ability, you get a treasure. This also includes lands that you play from exile. Getting those treasures means that you can just keep casting more spells. What do I care more about? Mana or Bunny? Right now, mana. Sorry, Bunny. I'm pretty sure you're just gonna get killed if I play you. And hi, Magda. Oh, cool. I actually got something I can play right here. Skyclave Apparition. Or I could go Bunny Patriarch's Humiliation. Yeah, let's do that. Bunny Patriarch's Humiliation. Swinging in for 1. Yeah, all the treasure synergies are pretty rad. Prosper we can remove with Skyclave Apparition, and they'll have to take it out of exile to put it back into the command zone, meaning they won't get the token. Or they could not play anything? I guess it's time for Buxton. Play pre-combat so we get the biggest bunicorn we can. They have removal for something, don't they? Ah, the Smorkish Bowmasters. I do have a little card draw in this deck. That is not card draw. That is Amara, who taps to make tokens. Cats, are you here? I could have just sworn I saw her walk by. My cat's in the room, on and off right now. She's so cute. Hello, Prosper. Yeah, Orcish Bowmasters, nerfed in this format. It's not even nerfed for this format, though it's kind of an auto-include in black before it was nerfed. They got... Ooh, Lannery, some treasure synergy. Alright, wait, I'm gonna see the math. Yeah. We're gonna go double bunny. And I'm gonna swing in with all of these. Including the giant killer. This will be a free kill for them if they want it. But they're gonna kind of want to block this one. They're killing Buxton. And taking so much damage getting that chump block in. This is my cat playing hide and seek. Sometimes it feels like it. This Bunicorn is just out here nibbling on a piece of like a dandelion. Okay, so Spiteful Banditry for X equals 2 will considerably shrink the board. But they didn't have enough mana to do X equals 3, which would have shrunk it even more. This Bunicorn might be small now, but we have so much mana since this is a 4/4. We can even animate the lair, swing in, deal mad damage. GG Prosper. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. As always, if you like the deck list, it is in the description of the video. And if you'd like to come hang out with me when I record these, twitch.tv/Amazonian is the place to find me. I spent like all day playing this deck because turns out I like Selesnya. Shouldn't surprise anybody. And we had some real fun games. Over the day, I ended up taking out a bunch of 1-drops, adding in a bunch more higher cost spells in order to move Buxton away from Selesnya aggro and more into his own deck. though I will say the Selesnya aggro version of the deck performed a bit better in the queue, and part of that is just because a lot of decks that we are matching up against tended to be kind of weak against super early game actions, because Buxton is actually matching fairly high up. It looks like they have evaluated him similarly to the Samara Voice of the Conclave and said, yeah, you know what, we're going to start him with this ranking, and that's just how we're going to lead him into the queue, since this is an alchemy card, not a standard card, and is a little bit higher power than you might expect. Buxton, though, real fun to play. I enjoyed getting to play it. If you're looking to suggest a commander, please leave a comment. Let me know what you would like me to build, and also if there's a deck that you'd like to see me refresh, one that I haven't updated for a couple weeks or months, let me know in the comments. I know I'm due for a Gitrog monster update. There's so many good cards for Gitrog, and I haven't updated it since last year, if I remember correctly. So yes, we are due for a Gitrog update. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.